Getting out on the trail today for a little halo action. Somebody made a comment after my last video about the rocky trails in Reno. And what's funny is I've ridden halo a lot and I never see anybody out here. And so it was kind of the perfect time to come out and get it done. Actually going to be riding the SL today. Kind of nice to get out on the e-bike just because we're 2 miles into the ride in 15 minutes, and then I can focus on getting it done while we've got the sun. The other thing I'll do soon is review this jacket. I just climbed up in Leatt's mountain jacket Hydradri 5.0, and the fact that I am not dripping sweat, I run hot, and even though I'm on the e-bike and it's a little easier, the fact that I am not just dripping sweat over and over again is a testimony to the breathability of the jacket. They've got these big breathable panels, this little strap that keeps it open, some holes in the back to allow it to drain out the back, but I'll do a longer term review and weather at a later time. But for those of you thinking about riding halo, get out and do it, because quite frankly, maybe the best trail in Reno to train for Tahoe, just because it's that kind of technical. All right, get going. The trail starts easy enough. We're gonna ride it in trail mode today just to kind of keep things going fast, and it's kind of late afternoon. And it gets dark at like 4:30 or something like that right now. So, I was looking after I read those comments at Trail Forks, and somebody commented that, it's a testament to somebody's skills to be able to ride the loop without putting their feet down. And I thought to myself, maybe that's why I don't see more people riding it. It is kind of flat, but I thought that was probably more to do with it, the fact that people couldn't ride up and down. There's no kind of big descent. But then when I was reading the comments on Trail Forks, I thought maybe people are just getting scared away. Because it's really not that bad. Now watch me put my foot down like a dozen times. But I always think of it, like I was saying, like really good trail to kind of dust off the cobwebs in the spring. Get ready for the more rocky, technical Tahoe riding, especially when so many of the trails up here are that same kind of cleaned up trail surface. Shout out to the guys that build these trails though. They do a great job. Love the resource for what it is. And on stuff like that, the e-bike will be a little bit of a help. But trust me, it is all very much rideable on the analog. We'll do it on the analog when I have more time. Haven't worked quite so hard the rest of the day. Actually testing a bunch of stuff out today. I put a larger spacer in my DHX, larger volume spacer, just try to ramp up a little bit more, get better performance out of the shock. So this is kind of a tester for that too. It is funny being back on a bike without the Onyx Vesper too. It's after so many years of being comforted by the sounds of a free hub, I think all my bikes are gonna be Onyx Sprag clutches soon, just because I've been very much enjoying the analog bike with the Onyx. I will say, there is no question the e-bike helps on that stuff. Just going less redline. And a Fox 36 saved my life right there too. Going a little fast into that section. Quite frankly though, you're going slower, taking your time, just gotta have a little bit of balance to get through this stuff. So, I don't know if I'm in agreement with the black on trail forks, but to each their own. I just think it deserves more traffic. Does it work out even on the SL? Although I have found trail mode on the SL, which I have at 3570, maybe it's 4070, is definitely a workout. Of course, sun was out for the whole climb and is now behind a cloud. It's getting colder. And there is a cut-in right here from Snow Terrace. So you can always, great ride is coming up Leatt, making that right on Snow Terrace, and just going down the whole way on Halo back to the car wherever you left it to get on Leatt. Little bit of everything, some climbing, some tech, a lot of swoopy single track like this. Crazy that it is December 28th. I always forget about that turn. do have to pay attention because it's just rocky enough. If you're not paying attention, you can hit something. Have to have a selective time for snot rockets. I have night fever from the Bee Gees stuck in my head right now, which is actually a great song for something like this. A little sun action finally. Trail surfaces on Peavine with a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow, a couple of dry days. About as good as they get right now. Couple totally momentum killing switchbacks there. E-bike is totally a little bit of help in maintaining your momentum through that chunder, but hoping it comes through on the video that this is very much all rideable and very much not something people shouldn't ride because they're afraid it's technical or black diamond. It's a rough trail surface. That can be a little anaerobic on the analog bike, but I think most people should be able to ride this with little difficulty. And a couple little techie sections demand a little balance. Some rides and ride arounds. Like, that's a great example. Just all laid out for you. You just have to keep your momentum for it. I did drop the jacket for this part of the ride just because it was or is an inverted day. It's like, it's got to be 57 degrees up here, more like 50 at the car. So oh, hello, quail. Little covey. What you call a group of quail. Somebody tell me in the comments. You know, if you're not gonna have snow, and we are off to what looks like it could be, I think this would quantify as a almost historic bad start to our snow year. At least the mountain biking's good. Almost dabbed there. Definitely a little balance and a little pull to get the front tires from out in between those two rocks. You know, they say, look where you want to go, not where you don't. Well, I was looking where I didn't want to go. And sure enough, that's where the tire went. Now in my last video, I went down lower halo, so instead, this time, we go back up, down Snow Terrace, which is where my car is. Back in action on Snow Terrace, which really is very similar to Halo, but is working to get back over to kind of the first real downhill section of the day. And just ran into a buddy who was anti-e-bike, and lo and behold, he was riding e-bikes. A guy who owns a business like me. There's the turnoff, by the way. You saw the turnoff on the right-hand side for getting over to Halo. I showed you where that cutoff was before on the other side. But funny, because he was saying the same thing I say. I can just ride more, get out, go farther. Still love my analog bike, but tell you what, for a day like today, this is perfect. Settle into the first real downhill riding of the video, kinda. That temp just drops when you don't have the sun. It's kind of why I turn the heat up by putting the jacket on. You know, part of what I'm hoping with this channel is to give some gear reviews. I'm always talking sewing machines and vacuum cleaners. It'll be more fun to spend some time talking about technical gear. This is actually an area where I have a lot of expertise. I did not, however, wear my riding glasses, and my eyes are watering like crazy. Oh boy. Tell you what though, trail surface is perfect. As long as I'm not tearing up too much to see. That is something to remember with the e-bikes, is your center of gravity is lower. You tend to push in these turns. So, you know, I've got to ride this bike differently from my analog, my full fat Levo differently than this bike, because they tend to, what is it, understeer? You go into a turn and the weight down between your feet will push you through the turn in a way that the analog's bike will not. off camber. Like I said, way of the bike just pull you right around. And it's worth remembering down here that you're getting close enough to civilization to run into folks that might not hear you coming. Whoop, whoop. A little bit of moisture in the trails makes those corners awful nice. Way better than when they're loose. Just kind of nice, flowy downhill on the way down, although you do have to be careful coming down this section of trail, just because a lot of it is little off camber. I thought there was a trail there. That's this rock. Huh. Sun in my eyes wasn't helping that situation at all. So I don't know if you can see that. That makes that loop just under 11 miles. Totally worth doing.